Live from the campus of Darien High School, this is Varsity Boys Basketball on the DAF Media Network. Hello everyone, my name is Ted Brennan. Alongside me tonight is Trey Cahill. Tonight we're bringing you boys basketball. It is the Greenwich Cardinals facing off against the Darien Blue Wave in Darien's home gym. This is Darien's first home game. It should be a good one tonight. We'll take you live to the tip.
And so the story of this game is going to be the age difference in both the teams. Darien's coming with a lot younger team than Greenwich is. Greenwich carrying mostly seniors, and Darien's carrying mostly sophomores. So that'll be a common storyline throughout the game.
And the tip goes Greenwich's way as they will start out with the ball. Pass inside is fumbled by number 3, Chris Gennaro, senior captain.
Greenwich trying to get out on a fast start there and just a little too fast.
Jackson Leone inside, no good. Carson Drake on the boards, and he will get the first points in the game off of a great rebound.
Carson Drake's going to be a key player in today's game off the boards. One of the biggest guys on the team.
Jackson Leone with the steal and the finish.
And going back to Carson Drake, he's a 3-sport athlete, varsity baseball as well, and football.
A.J. Barber handling the ball there for Greenwich. Gennaro kicks it back out to Barber. Inside, and a foul is called on Drake. As number 21, Mason Muir, was the recipient. So that'll be the first on Drake, non-shooting.
And talking about Darien's youth, right now they have 2 underclassmen on the court, in Miles Drake and Carson Drake.
That's right, Trey. That gives us a good segue into the starting lineups tonight. For the visiting Greenwich Cardinals, they're rolling with a lineup of number 15, A.J. Barber, number 3, Chris Gennaro, number 21, Mason Muir, number 30, Jaden Solomon, as that ball is picked off, and number 10, Max Steinman. Missed shot there by Greenwich. Rebound goes to Connor Brennan. Drake pushing it to Drake. Inside, Miles Drake with the finish. And Chris Laverne will call a timeout for the Cardinals. Darien off to a fast start.
Both teams, too, are coming off a rough start to the season. Greenwich only has a win. Darien has none, and you can see that they're both trying to pick up a win here, and they're trying to start the game off fast. Darien definitely has done that so far.
The last game that Darien played was a loss to Trumbull, 69-56. In that game, 3 big names popped up, and I'm sure you're going to hear these names again tonight. Carson Drake, he had 14 points, was big on the boards. Amir Preston had 17 of his own, and Miles Drake, no relation to Carson Drake, had 14 points and 4 3-pointers made.
And yeah, those, especially Miles Drake and Carson Drake, have 2 more years at this school, and they're definitely going to be a big part of this team going forward.
So Greenwich will take the ball out after the timeout by Chris Laverne. Chris Laverne is in his 2nd season coaching the Cardinals. As for Darien, they have a new coach, Todd Trimmer.
And Chris Laverne, main reason for that timeout was you don't want Darien to have too much momentum where they can drop 15 points in the first couple minutes of the game. You want to be able to slow the game down for your team. Full court press already here for Darien.
They want Greenwich to throw that ball into their hands, try to get some extra possessions. Miles Drake with the tip. That's what Darien wants on defense, Trey. They want tips. They want to slow down the offense as much as they can, get them out of their rhythm, as we saw there.
Darien knows that they have a legitimate chance to come out on top in this game. They definitely want to get their first win of the season here. You can see it early.
Solomon tried to go inside, no good. He gets it into Muir. Muir backing down Drake. That one is short.
Great defense there by Drake. That was all Carson Drake.
Preston gives it up to Leon. Darien moving the ball nicely. That one is picked off by Muir, which is then a good commotion, and Gennaro will find the ball and find the rack.
Greenwich is reciprocating the full court press that Darien put on them.
Steal there by Solomon. Solomon will go inside, and Leon will pick up the foul there. And Trey, the full court press by both teams. An interesting look to come out in.
Oh, this gym's getting pretty loud, and you can certainly feel the intensity, and both these teams know that this is a game they can both win. They both need a win here to keep their season, or start their season basically off with a win.
Checking in now is Matt, number 12, Matt Hill, I believe. I'll double check that. Solomon hit his first free throw. Looking to cash it out here with another. And he does. 6-4 early in the first. And Preston will throw that ball off of Barber to keep possession.
Great defense there by A.J. Barber and Max Steinman there to drive the ball out of bounds.
A.J. Barber, a star football player for Greenwich this year. Looking to reciprocate, or recreate, I should say, as Miles Drake will miss that shot. Barber's looking to recreate his success on the field, on the court with the Cardinals. He has the ball now, guarded by number 24, Connor Brennan. Brennan's moving the ball around. Senior captain inside, no good. Miles Drake with the board.
The pace of the game is starting to slow up a little bit as both teams are getting more comfortable.
And the foul is there on number 12, Matt Pill for the Cardinals.
A lot of fouls here in the first part of the game. I think that's 3 or 4 already.
Manny Cuello has entered the game for the Cardinals. Darien moving the ball around. Preston inside. That one will go, but Drake on the boards. And that one will go.
That's Carson Drake's second putback offensive rebound that led to points there. He's gonna control that paint all night tonight.
Darien and a man here. Solomon. He'll take that. That won't go, but Gennaro on the boards. And Gennaro in and out. And Trey, back to that play by Carson Drake. That's his bread and butter. He's not a shooter, but he finds ways to get to the ball and put it up.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're that athletic and that big, you basically control the boards, and it is key for Darien to have. That's a lot of points they're gonna be able to get from that.
And that one rims out for Gennaro. Trey, this Darien team is relatively undersized compared to the rest of the FCIAC, where teams will have 6'7", 6'6" guys. Carson Drake isn't 6'6", as we can see. He's only about 6'1", but he's still been great on the boards as Amir Preston flies in for that rebound.
What he lacks in strength and height, he gains in strength.
And a charge is called on Preston. That's the 4th team foul on Darien as the score is 8-4 with 4 minutes remaining here in the first.
The fast start for Darien it's kind of let up now. Greenwich is easing back in here.
Darien showing a different look. A 2-3. They pulled off their full court press. Steinman gives it up. Greenwich moving the ball nicely. Greenwich gets it inside. And a nice little up and under move by Matt Hill.
Great move there. He was able to dodge 2 defenders and get the easy bucket.
Preston goes in and he'll draw the foul. Or no, he won't.
That's his second charge of the game already. He's getting already frustrated with the refs off 2 questionable charge calls.
Could have gone either way. And Finn Picorni will be subbed in for Preston, who has 2 on him. Finn Picorni, another sophomore on this team, 1 of 7 rostered for Darien.
Yeah, the sophomore there.
Miles Drake with the steal.
The sophomores definitely are a big part of this team and a big part of this team's future. And they've got a lot of great players in that class. Miles Drake, Carson Drake, Finn Picorni. They also have Derek Andrews, who's suspended right now, but he'll be back.
So that foul there was called on Miles Drake. That's the team's 6th foul compared to Greenwich's 1. Gennaro in the corner gets it inside the Pill, and Pill will draw the foul on Drake.
So far, Matt Pill has been doing a great job getting open inside the paint. They haven't all dropped, but he's gotten open, and his teammates have been able to pass to him and at least get a good chance at a quick, easy bucket.
For those of you at home who can't see, Pill is wearing a face mask similar to one of Rip Hamilton. Probably just for protection. Maybe he had a past injury. Still a little fun fact on Pill, as he missed the first. Misses the second. That board goes to Miles Drake. And he throws that one away. John Fiorita, number 1, will check in for Drake. And both Drakes are being subbed out. Fiorita comes in for Miles, and number 34, junior Brian Kiskin, will check in for Carson. Gennaro calling out the offense. Cuello, no good. Rebound Finn Picorni.
Now with Carson Drake out, we'll see how the tides change, especially in the rebound game.
Leon, no good. Rebound goes to Greenwich. Corner, no good. Rebound, Leon. Leon will try and push it to Fiorita, but a trip is called.
Both coaches are getting fired up at these calls. That's 8 fouls now in the first quarter. Both coaches are a little fed up with it.
Miles Drake will check back in for Finn Picorni. Here's an interesting note. John Fiorita, in the 4 games played so far, he has fallen on the ground an average of 2 times. And they are hard falls, but he gets right back up as Drake will throw that one away. Fiorita tries the defense there, and he'll get the steal and looks to run.
Great play there by Fiorita to get that steal.
That's already Fiorita's 2nd fall, and he gets right back up. Kid's an Iron Man. But it looks like a blocking foul. Blocking foul against the Cardinals. Number 15, Kyle Bloomer, will check in for John Fiorita. 8-6 with a little over 2 minutes here remaining in the first. close game so far.
Greenwich coach was talking to one of the refs, and I wonder what this is about, as both coaches have been jawing at the refs the entirety of this first quarter.
Probably asking for some clarification on that call there, as Leon will kick it out to Drake. No good. Rebound, Hill. Greenwich has it in the corner. They try to go for the trap. Darien goes to the trap again. And Darien will retain possession. Number 21, Mason Muir, will come back in for the Cardinals, and Carson Drake will come back in for the Wave.
And Greenwich is this second half of the first quarter, Greenwich is almost controlled, as Carson would have had an easy bucket there that would have go through. But as I was saying, Greenwich has really turned the tide on this first quarter, and the momentum seems to be going towards their favor.
Amir Preston has checked in for Connor Brennan. Connor Brennan, first-year starter as a senior. Didn't join the Darien program until last year. Number 2, Teddy Hasapis has checked in for the Cardinals. Miles Drake wide open, and he drains it.
That was deep, too.
Miles Drake loves that deep ball, and he can hit that, as we saw right there. Greenwich gets the ball to Lutoso. Lutoso, nifty move inside, no good. But the follow by Hasapis is good. 11-8. Darien breaks the press. Bloomer inside to Leon, and Leon with a good finish there.
Great give and go there by Jackson Leon and Kyle Bloomer.
The Darien crowd is loving it. Ball in the corner for Greenwich. Tries to get inside, but Drake steals it. Preston down the lane. Fade away, no good. Bloomer, no good. Drake to Miles. Misses. And it'll be Greenwich ball, as the Darien coaches Todd Trimmer and assistant Sean Grant were up in arms. As from our angle, it did look like Greenwich tipped it, but the referee had the best view, and it's Greenwich's ball with 16.5 remaining.
Finn Picorni's in the other side of the court here for the press, and now both Kyle Bloomer and
Finn Picorni is an athletic kid who's used for mainly defensive situations, as Kiskin will foul Muir. Muir will go to the line.
Brian Kiskin's going to be the Darien's other big man that they use along with Carson Drake for.
As we take a quick look here, Miles Drake's long three ball. He was right on that Wave logo, as Muir will miss the first.
As I was saying, Brian Kiskin and Carson Drake are probably going to be their centers, and those are going to be the guys who are going to try and win the boards for Darien, which is going to be super important in this game.
Rims in and out. Can Darien get a shot off? With 2, with 1. Drake from half court. No good. It looked good from our angle, but alas, it was not good. To end the first quarter, it is 13-8. Darien has the lead over Greenwich. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in a minute. We're going to take a look here at that last highlight. Preston gave it up to Bloomer, and Bloomer found a cutting Leone. That's a great play there. Darien wants to get the ball inside. Trimmer has preached to getting the ball inside. Cuts.
Darien has a mixture of fast and explosive players like Amir Preston and Miles Drake, but then they have also some big guys like Carson Drake. So getting inside is very important for this team.
Darien will take the ball out coming in to the second quarter. And Preston up top. Preston pull up. That's no good. And Darien will retain possession.
Darien really came out to a strong start in that first quarter and implemented a full court press pretty early.
Carson Drake inside, no good.
Which is giving them the lead that they have now.
Rebound Steinman. Trey, as you mentioned, Darien came out hot. They slowed down a little bit, which allowed Greenwich to come out hot. But Darien finished the quarter well, taking the lead. And Amir Preston will just let the ball go by, but a miss there by Greenwich. Miles Drake inside, no good. A crafty move there, but unable to finish as Steinman will take it up. He gives it up. Three ball is good for A.J. Barber, and that'll cut the lead to 2.
A.J. Barber's been all over the place in this game so far. A couple good shots and some great defensive plays as well.
Amir Preston tried the underhand pass to Carson Drake, and last touched, they say, by Darien. Remember, Preston has 2 fouls, so his defense might not be as aggressive as it seems, as Gennaro gets to the rim, but no good. Miles Drake with the rebound. It seems like you have Drake in your last name and you're going to be pretty good at rebounding. Fall-away jumper.
Great play there by Miles Drake. Great shot and one opportunity.
Miles Drake, the fall-away jumper and one. That is a tough shot as we take a look here. He got fouled, and he still put it up and in. And Trey, you talked about the fastness and the explosiveness of someone like Drake and someone like Preston. But Miles is such a crafty finisher inside and around that paint area.
Yeah, very true there. Great play there by Miles Drake.
John Fiorito will check in for Amir Preston, as will Finn Picorni check in.
Whenever they have Finn Picorni in, they're gonna have him pressing, and he might be the only guy who's pressing, but he's just such a good defender that's what they're gonna use him for. It's a great asset for that.
Foul called on Connor Brennan. And Trey, you mentioned Finn Picorni's athleticism. What it looks like they're doing so far here is they're putting in Finn Picorni and John Fiorita in for a defensive press situation because of their freakish athleticism. Credit to Todd Trimmer using his players effectively, as Gennaro will go to the line as Darien's over the limit, but he'll hit the first on the 1-and-1. As we see here, Miles Drake and Amir Preston will check in for the offensive set. And Trey, we saw a lot of that in the Trumbull game, even though we weren't streaming here on DAF, as Jackson Leone will get a good board. But Coach Trimmer used, as a foul is called there, Coach Trimmer used Finn and John in situations specifically for defense.
Yeah, and specifically defensive players have become a very important part in basketball in recent years. Guys like Trey Jones at Duke just are essential for teams nowadays.
Wave moving the ball around. Leone up top, guarded by Gennaro. And a steal, or almost a steal there by Solomon.
Very quick play there by Solomon to get that steal, even though it went out of bounds.
Still a heads-up play to try and steal that ball. Greenwich coming out in a man.
Miles Drake was open there. They just didn't see it.
Tipped again by Solomon. Solomon is a lankier kid. He's going to use that length to tip passes. He's already been disruptive tonight.
Yeah, him in the front court is
up top
is a
Miles
very
Drake.
key asset too. He's able to block many passes.
Drake unable to convert on the three there. Solomon thought about it. Cross-court pass. Greenwich moving the ball. Back to Solomon. Solomon up and under. Scoop.
Great play there by Solomon to avoid the Carson Drake block and get a quick 2 points. As Greenwich has come back into this game, 16-14.
And a late foul called on Connor Brennan. And he fouled Manny Cuello on a three, so Greenwich will go to line for 3 free throws.
And Ted, we've been talking about how Darien and Greenwich have been utilizing the up-tempo or fast pace of play, especially off of quick rebound. And that's really been initiated by A.J. Barber for Greenwich and Amir Preston for Darien. They've really, once they get a quick rebound, they're hustling down court. They know they're one of the fastest people on the court. And they're really initiating that up-tempo play.
It's Cuellar, my apologies. He missed the first out of his 3, but hits the second. Darien made a couple substitutions there. Brian Kiskin and Kyle Bloomer checked in. And for the Wave, Matt Hill checked in as Cuellar hits the third, as we are tied here at 16. As a steal there by A.J. Barber. Barber will cut through. He's going to pull up for 3. That one is no good.
Nifty little play there by A.J. Barber. He was stuck in the corner of 2 Darien defenders guarding him, and he was able to get out of that. Impressive play.
Barber, a running back for Greenwich, able to use that same ability to see small holes and get out of small holes to get open there. Unable to convert on the 3, though. Max Steinman back in the game. Fiorito will check in for Drake. Miles, that is, as Amir Preston will be on the line for 1-1, trying to regain the lead for Darien. And that one is no good. Solomon with the rebound. Inside the Gennaro to Solomon. No good. And it will be Darien ball.
Solomon has just been at that. He's been at inside the paint, and he's been able to get open multiple times this game. Hasn't been able to get many buckets from him, but they've come close.
Missed layups can be the difference in a game, as Greenwich would probably have the lead if they had converted all their layups, as Leon throws that one right into the hands of Barber. Barber will pull up from that same spot. No good. Leon will handle the ball. Gives it to Preston. Darien moving the ball around. Bloomer inside to Preston. And a good cut there by Amir Preston.
Great cut there by Amir Preston to get that bucket.
Steinman, long 3. And that one will be short. Darien ball as Fiorito will check in for Leon. 18-16. And last touched by the Wave, Greenwich ball. Finn Picorni and Brian Kissing will check in.
So watch here. Finn Picorni is going to come up in the and institute a one-man full court press. Try and get some pressure here.
Last week against Trumbull, they used Finn Picorni to guard Quintar Taylor. And it proved to be pretty effective as inside to Solomon, and Solomon gets a bucket there.
Solomon finally gets a good open look there, or a good
Finish
shot
there.
in there, as he's been open all night so far.
And Preston will head back to the line for the Wave for, I believe, another 1-and-1.
It's the 18th foul in this first half. Fouls have definitely played a big part of this game so far.
Preston will sink the first. Preston last week shot 50% from the line, 2 of 4. He's shooting 50% right now, 1 of 2. Looking to go 2 of 3. No good. Last touch by, looked like Kyle Bloomer. Captain Ben Olson will get into the game. Checking in for Amir Preston.
Size difference now almost evens out, as Greenwich is usually a little taller, stronger than Darien, but now they've got 2 big men in Brian Kiskin and Ben Olson.
And Finn Picorni with the steal, looking to go up, and he finishes.
That shows the great defensive ability there of Finn Picorni, able to get the quick steal and fast break bucket.
As we take a look here, a good finish. Uses that right hand as Gennaro was coming in for the block. That was a great defensive read there by Picorni. It wasn't Picorni's man. He saw the Greenwich. Darien issued a delay of game warning. Interesting call. But as I was saying, he saw the Greenwich player back down, and Picorni was able to read it and get the steal and finish. Kiskin picks up Solomon, and he'll foul. That's one of Brian Kiskin's weaknesses. He fouls very easily. That's his second here.
Yeah, especially in a tight game like this where there have been as many fouls as we've seen. Darien does not want to foul right now.
Solomon will get the first one to fall.
Basically a whole new team here for Darien.
Bloomer, the only one who stays on the floor for Wave, as Leon, the Drakes, and Preston check back in. Once again, the Drakes, as Solomon hits the second. The Drakes have no relation, but they play on the same team.
And
as Leon, sorry about that trade, Leon.
As you were saying, the Drakes almost made themselves a dynamic duo here as Carson puts one in.
Carson puts one up. And the Drakes have made themselves a dynamic duo, as that one is no good by Gennaro. And it is out of bounds by Mason Muir. And Trey, you were right. Carson Drake and Miles Drake have made themselves a dynamic duo, a force to be reckoned with here at Darien. And as you mentioned earlier, they still have 2 more years in the program. Yeah,
and especially with the diversity of play those two have. Obviously, you have Carson Drake, the strong rebounder, who's been very effective at that so far, and then Miles Drake.
Good find inside, excuse me, Trey.
Talking about a dynamic duo there.
The connection is there. A good find by Miles Drake. Trey, I'm sorry to step on you there, but please continue.
Yeah, and Miles Drake definitely the more nifty and more guard-like out of the Drakes.
Solomon inside, a nifty finish there. Solomon is starting to find his groove. And he almost had a steal there. Bloomer throws that one away. He's looking for Drake, but he split the difference between Drake and Preston as Darien will go with almost a whole new lineup as Leon will stay in. Olsen, Kiskin, Fiorita, and Picorni will check back in. Actually, Bloomer will stay out there. Leon will sub out. Darien is up 25-22 with a minute 30. And kick ball there. Nice call by the Darien PA announcer.
And for Greenwich, basically whenever AJ Barber and Solomon have been on the court at the same time, and they have been basically for this entire second quarter, those two are also a force to be reckoned with.
Darien gets the steal. Fiorita looking to run. Fiorita inside, no good. Rebound Picorni, that one is blocked. Barber will get called on the travel. He tried the James Harden Euro step, but took one too many steps.
And one thing we haven't talked about that much so far today is the crowd. Darien has a respectable student section here tonight, and that has definitely boosted the morale of the Darien team.
The Darien faithful showing their pride to Darien. Miles Drake will kick it out to Leon. Leon, that's no good. A beauty of a save by Fiorita, just right into the hands of Solomon. Now Fiorita is that spark player that Darien has, coming off the bench and providing energy.
Yeah, he comes off the bench and he has a lot of energy, and he's able to, you can see it when he plays defense and offense.
Arrow inside. Solomon again with that up and under finish on the baseline. They haven't been able to stop Solomon once he gets to that baseline. 15 seconds here. Darien up by 1. Looks like they're going to hold for the final shot. A foul called, a hold.
Jason Barber called for the reach.
Jason Barber, brother of AJ Barber, will be called for the foul. Miles Drake going to line.
Finn Picorni checks in number 3.
Drake will look to extend the lead as Finn Picorni coming back in for defensive situations with 6.6 seconds left.
Yeah, good move putting Finn Picorni in here, because if Greenwich rebounds it, you want Finn to be able to keep Greenwich on their side of the court for the duration of the half.
Drake hits the first. He's been so good at the line so far this year. Almost everything, if not everything, has fallen for him at the line. Drake just has one of those, such a pure shot that everything has a chance with him. As he hits the second to extend the lead to 3. 6.6 seconds. Greenwich looking to get a shot. A steal by Leon. And Leon will get fouled with 4 seconds left. A great play there by the senior captain.
Yeah, and Greenwich a little miscue there. They did not want to foul him, as Darien can take a somewhat commanding lead, at least in this game standards, as it's been close all night.
Leon hits the first. Leon, like Drake, has one of those such pretty shots that even when it's not falling for him, it still looks good.
Yeah, Greenwich did not want that there. It's now a five-point game.
Barber, or that was Chasen Barber. He took that with 4 seconds left. Interesting. So we're gonna go over. We have a special guest coming to join us, Coach Todd Trimmer of Darien, joining us here. Coach Trimmer, thank you so much for joining us.
I wish I was in a happier mood.
Coach, what have you seen so far from your team that you're enjoying?
We're playing hard, definitely playing hard, but we're making a lot of bad decisions on offense and with our passes. So that's pretty frustrating because we work on that a lot. But we'll get it. Obviously, we're in foul trouble, which has really hurt us because it's made us go pretty deep on the bench. But I think we'll regroup in the second half and come out ready to fight.
What are you looking to improve in the second half?
Taking care of the basketball.
Coach, thank you for joining us.
All right, guys, thank you.
We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back with the third quarter in just a second.
I'm proud of the work the Darien Foundation has done over the past 20 years. If you live here, our work has likely impacted you, your family, and your neighbors. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4.2 million in grants, which create opportunity for Darien's youth, support our town's safety and security services, and enhance the overall quality of life in Darien through collaboration with community organizations.
As a family that's relatively new to town and planning to make this our long-term home, I'm grateful to see my community and my family benefit from the Darien Foundation. When I learned that the edible gardens at the elementary schools, the generator at the Darien Library, and the playground by the Sound were all funded by the same organization, I raised my hand to get involved. I'm proud to support an organization whose impact I see every day in our schools and throughout our community.
So far this year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $138,000 in grants to enhance our community. In 2013, the Darien Community Association opened a 4-acre bird sanctuary thanks to a grant from the Darien Foundation. The serene wooded glade has attracted numerous birds, bees, and butterflies, as well as more than 200 school children and other visitors. This year, they added a new pondless waterfall, as well as more trees, plantings, signage, and benches. In 1976, the Darien Historical Society and Darien High School students built the Middlesex, an authentic replica of the 18th century whaleboats. These were used by local patriots in the Revolutionary War to fight the British Navy in Long Island Sound. The Darien Historical Society is restoring this artifact so that it can be part of Darien's upcoming 2020 bicentennial celebrations. The live turtle exhibit continues to be the most popular attraction for children at the Darien Nature Center, which welcomes over 16,000 visits annually. A new forest and pond ecosystem will allow visitors to engage with several species of turtle that will live together in a 50-square-foot habitat that resembles their natural home.
This has been such a special collaboration between the Darien Nature Center and the Darien Foundation, because not only have they provided generous funding to us, but we've been able to meet with members of the foundation and our staff and talk about what is going to make the very best exhibit for the town of Darien, and we've really added value to the process by doing that.
The vast majority of food distributed by Person to Person is donated from local suppliers and businesses. A group of dedicated volunteers drives the brand new cargo van on these daily rounds, which each year account for more than $100,000 in collected food. Person to Person also has an extensive youth program, offering many Darien High School and middle school students their first experiences at volunteering.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have a beautiful new van. We're very excited about it, not only because it's new and it's safe for those who are riding in it and driving and going to pick up all the food, but also it speaks to the support of the Darien Foundation, as well as speaks to what Person to Person does in the community.
For more than 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien, offering our town's youth, emergency services, and community organizations an avenue to pursue innovation and excellence. Collaboration with you, the members of our community, has been vital to our mission. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
In 2008, a group of 4 women came together to create a playground by the beach for kids to have fun.
We thought it would be great to have a playground at the beach. We live in a community that's on the water, and it would be really fun to be able to appreciate that. There was a playground here originally, but it was in the backwoods and there were mosquitoes. It was very, very unappealing and no one wanted to go there. Building and designing and fundraising the playground definitely took a good amount of time.
We had to fund it. It was $250,000. We had an estimate given to us. We had to fundraise for that amount of money, and we started out with different ways of doing that.
One of my good friends did PR, one did the graphic design. I ended up being in charge of selling all of the bricks. We had someone doing the playground design, and we were all moms who were mothers of preschoolers who had just left the workforce.
We approached a lot of different big companies, and they said they couldn't fund us. We weren't really reaching the amount that we needed to reach. We decided to go ahead and ask the Darien Foundation for a large donation to kind of kickstart the campaign.
The Darien Foundation wanted us to expand the project a little bit because they felt like the playground was really only for the 2 to 6-year-olds. Once the Darien Foundation agreed to pledge money, the town agreed that we could put swings in.
When other people heard that we had gotten money from the Darien Foundation, they were able to say, well, this is going to happen. This idea is actually going to come to fruition. So a lot of people then came on as funders. Local businesses came. More families decided to buy bricks because they knew that this playground was really going to happen. It wasn't just some pipe dream of 19 moms.
Well, one of the great aspects of the playground as we designed it was that we had it open to the beach because the kids love running back and forth to the water and then back to the playground. One of my favorite parts of the playground is that it's in the shape of the nautical theme with the ship and the lighthouse, given that it's on the beach.
It's because of the playground that the parents come and really take the time and enjoy, have their coffee, and watch their kids grow up and have fun.
Playground by the Sound has been an important part of the community for 10 years. During our 3rd annual Weed Beach Fest this June, we made the playground kind of a center point of the actual event. In honor of the 10th birthday of the Playground by the Sound, the Darien Foundation hosted our Kids Cove, and for the first time we were able to offer it open and free to the public for over 400 kids to enjoy, and we are so thankful for the Darien Foundation.
The Playground by the Sound grant had a big impact on the Darien Foundation in 2 ways. Number one, it was one of our first big capital grants, and we were really excited to partner with the 4 moms that brought the project to us here at Weed Beach. The second thing is it got people to feel in town that they could come to us and make presentations and bring their good ideas, and we would be receptive and open to hear those ideas. And it's created a great dialogue between the Darien community and the Darien Foundation.
People need to know that they can do something like this on their own, and with partnering with the Darien Foundation to actually do the funding made it happen.
Back here on the DAF Media Network, for those of you just joining us, I'm Ted Brennan alongside me, my color commentator Trey Cahill. A close first half here. Darien up 5, 29-24. And Trey, let's talk a little bit about the dynamic duos that we saw in the first half.
Yeah, for Greenwich we saw AJ Barber and Jaden Solomon.
As he hits
really,
another one.
Yeah, really control this Greenwich team and control the that side of the court. And then we had for Darien the Drake brothers, no relation, but they might as well be. And Carson Drake and Miles Drake, they seem to be in sync all the time as.
Drake airballs
Drake
a wide open
one.
3. Woo. Somebody must have left the door open. As Barber will get it into Gennaro, and it's a 1-point game. Preston brings the ball up. Drake doesn't use Brennan's screen. Preston gets it inside to Connor Brennan. Connor, a baby hook, goes in. That's a nice little move there inside, Trey. The little baby hook mimicking Carson Drake, who loves to use that baby hook inside, and that is the third foul called on Preston.
Preston here, among other players, are starting to approach on foul trouble. Fouls there have been a lot of them in this game.
For those of you who didn't see the interview at half with Coach Todd Schremer, that's the one thing he said, or one of the things he said they needed to improve. They had to go deeper into their bench as players are in foul trouble. Preston working inside, no good. Darien will retain possession. Trey, you talked a little bit about the crowd, and after that Connor Brennan bucket, they started chanting, "We want Brennan." And if you're Connor Brennan, how good must that feel?
That must feel pretty good, especially Darien's been struggling this season so far, and they definitely need that crowd support.
As that ball was just thrown away there, and an easy layup for Greenwich as the score is back to 1. And a foul there on Solomon.
Connor Brennan almost could have gotten called for a moving pick there. Did not, though.
Connor Brennan, one of the 4 seniors on the wave.
Yeah, and like we've been saying all night, this team is really run by the sophomore class, as they literally make up most of the roster.
3 out of the 4 seniors for Darien have played tonight. Brennan, Leone, and Olson. Rob McMullen is injured on the sideline. Get better soon. Greenwich missed the 3, but they get it out to Gennaro. Gennaro net. Inside, that's no good. Gennaro for 3, drains it. And Greenwich will take the lead, I believe for the first time in this game, as Coach Todd Trimmer will call a timeout.
I think so too. They've been tied, but they have not had the lead until now, and they especially.
So we take a look
at
here.
this.
That was a nice pass by Mason Muir, the big man with a vision.
And in the waning seconds of the first half, Greenwich had a couple foul errors that cost them 4 points, and the game was at almost its biggest deficit since the first quarter. But Greenwich has really picked up their play here, and they've climbed back into this game, and now they're leading.
I believe it was 8-2, or at least 8-4 at one point. Darien was up, and Greenwich has climbed back into this game, or at least a 5-point deficit early in the second half to take the lead.
There's not been a 10-point deficit or more yet in this game,
which is incredible to think about. Connor Brennan will try his luck for 3, and he hits it.
And Darien's back on top.
Just like that, the lead changes.
Watch for this matchup here. Solomon and Drake in the right near the basket.
Leon overbites, and Solomon will get inside, and another lead change. Trey, it looks like it's going to be a back and forth from here.
Yeah, it has been. It's feel like the momentum in this game is switched between both teams.
Barber with the steal, goes up, and it's good.
Barber, we've talked about his offensive explosiveness in this game, but we've not really appreciated his defensive play too. Multiple steals so far, and just great defensive play by him too.
Solomon gets around Brennan, who's trying to take a charge, and it's now a 5-point lead for Greenwich.
That's their biggest lead of the game so far.
Brennan wanted to pull it, but not enough space. Leon will now pull it. That is no good. Solomon with the rebound. Here comes the Birds. And Miles Drake will be, or no, it's an offensive foul. Or no?
No, defensive foul.
It was a defensive foul.
Off Miles Drake.
I got a little confused there because Drake was clapping like the foul wasn't called on him, but of course the foul was called on him, and Solomon will go to the line. Solomon, I believe, has 8 or 9 here. He adds another to his total to make it a 6-point lead for Greenwich. Manny Cuellar and Matt Pill have checked in for Cardinal. It is now a 7-point lead for the Cardinals.
And I do not think we've had this big of a lead in the game yet. If it was in the first couple minutes of the first quarter.
Sorry, I think you're right. I think this is the biggest lead we've had for either side. Preston, no good. Drake on the boards.
Great play there by Drake.
Carson Drake. And Preston has his 4th.
Visibly frustrated there. He is.
Amir Preston picks up his 4th.
They're going to sub in Finn Picorni for Preston.
As I was saying, he's had some questionable fouls called on him tonight. Always frustrating.
A guy like Preston is so competitive. As Gennaro will hit a 3. So as I was saying, a guy like Preston is so competitive that when he has to sit, he just hates it. Foul is called there on Max Steinman, co-captain. So we take a look here.
Max Steinman called for the bump.
Gennaro was pretty much almost wide open. A late rotation there by the Wave allowed him to get open. Drake. An offensive foul. A questionable call there.
And Drake is obviously upset, as he should be. I do not think that should have been a charge.
The only thing that I could see from here on why it was called an offensive foul is Drake's shoulder went into the body. Questionable call. As Gennaro will find the hoop, and it is now a 10-point lead, our first 10-point lead of the game.
And Darien has really been in control of that, especially that first half. Greenwich, it's been all Greenwich's quarter so far.
This is where Darien falls into a lull here. They keep it close as we take a look here. A nice pass inside there by Manny Cuellar. But Darien kind of falls into a bit of a lull. They keep it close, and then they fall into a bit of a lull. And sometimes they recover. Carson Drake inside, no good. Gennaro looking to push. Gennaro finds Cuellar. Cuellar is fouled. So we take a look here. Drake hit him. A low undercut as Cuellar will go for 3.
We're continuing the first half trend with a lot of fouls. 7th in this quarter.
7th. A combined 7.
It's combined out of them all, yes.
4 for the Wave. Or actually, it looks like...
And never mind, 8.
Miles Drake picks up foul number 4.
Miles Drake has 4.
Yeah, both Amir Preston and Miles Drake. They're probably their top guards, both in foul trouble.
And Gennaro will scoop that one in. And if you're the Wave, you're going to your bench. And a timeout here. And so let's talk about this a little more. As we take a look here, Gennaro got baseline and a nice little nifty move. But you're Darien here, and you're having to extend your bench more than you probably wanted to. Your 2 best guards have 4 fouls, and it's not even the 4th quarter.
Yeah, so for great basketball teams, are going to have a great bench. And Darien has explosive players. Amir Preston and Miles Drake are as good as they come. It's when they get to their bench, they often struggle. It's in this second half that you're going to find Darien might struggle a little bit as opposed to Greenwich.
Greenwich, their age has proven to be their depth.
Yeah, it helps when you have some good seniors on the bench, and so does Darien. They just don't use them as much. They have a lot more explosive players, but that's caused them to get into foul trouble so far.
It's tough when your best players, both of whom are relatively young, Preston a junior, while Drake a sophomore. It's tough to have your 2 best guards get into foul trouble and then have to pull sophomores, some of whom are inexperienced in a varsity game, and have them play big varsity minutes.
Yeah, John Fiorita and Jackson Leone are going to be the guards here right now, as both Amir and Miles Drake are out.
Leone started the game at what we would call the 3, although they do play a relatively positionless basketball. Leone, naturally a guard. He's got a nice shot and a nice handle.
See, this is one of the first times that James Solomon is going to be on the bench. He's played basically the entirety of this game.
Leone hits the turnaround jumper. Trimmer looking for the foul call. Lead is cut down to 9. Darien goes into a 2-3. Gennaro in the corner. He's been hot. That one goes in and out. Foul there. We take a look here. Leone, turn around. Bang, bang.
It looked like he might have got a little contact there. Not enough for the ref to call foul, though, apparently.
Trey, one of Darien's better guards, Derek Andrews, is out for a little bit, and that's tough for them, losing a player like Andrews, as Leone no good on the fall away, and they're going to look to push here, Greenwich.
Yeah, especially right now. They would love to have Derek Andrews back, as their depth is a little bit bleak, as both Amir and Miles are on the bench.
As we take a look here, good pass inside, and that's Mason Muir, the junior. Barber back in the game, and Fiorita got the foul call on Greenwich, sacrificing his body once again. Drake gets the ball stolen. A good defensive play by Manny Cuellar. And Cuellar will get fouled by Leon. A questionable call. There have been a lot of questionable calls here for both sides. As we take a look here, Leon maybe got him with the left arm. Get a better look here. I'm wondering if we could get that look again later. Maybe slow that down, but that was a question.
6 fouls now for Darien in this quarter.
6 fouls for both teams as Cuellar ends in the first.
12-point lead now.
Ben Olsen will come into the game for Carson Drake.
And talk about the need for depth for Darien. Darien has used all of their active players today.
Almost all of their active players. Sophomore Toby Sylvester still hasn't checked in, but he's nursing a wrist injury, so I am not sure if he's 100% active. Leon misses. Olsen goes up and gets the foul. Big Ben Olsen. It looks like Leon is asking for contact as we take a look here. It did look like he got bumped a little bit, but Ben Olsen inside, and he'll look to shoot free throws. Try to drop this lead a little bit. They'll bank in the first one as Finn Picorni will check in.
It's going to be a good move here for Darien. They put the defender, Finn Picorni, in, and they're going to have him play back here, especially with this type of lead Greenwich has right now. Then Darien needs to play better defense.
Darien cuts the lead to 11. Sorry, I'm looking at the crowd here. I'm seeing former Darien players, former guards actually, as Greenwich will push the ball. I'm seeing former guards Justin Jordan and Will Rolap. 2 players who I'm sure Darien would love to have right now. Both of them played Darien ball, and they were excellent in their time here. Rolap last year dropped 44 points in a double overtime win against Fairfield Ludlow. 1 point away from tying the school record. And Greenwich is in the bonus. Shooting 1 and 1. I believe that's Muir on the line. Trey, this game hasn't gone exactly how Darien had planned it.
No, it has not. And Darien kind of just had a awkward 2 subs at different times, and they've already gotten a delay warning. Surprised they didn't get anything there.
Lead back to 12. Asapis back in the game for the Cardinals. And Muir hits the second. So the lead is 13. Leon, no good. Muir with the rebound. Barber gonna push it. And decides to slow it down. Kiskin gets another foul. He's holding his hands up as if he didn't foul him, but it did look like he got his arms in there.
And you can see the impact that that both Amir Preston and Miles Drake have on this team when they're not on the court. Darien is struggling right now, and they need to get a couple points here, get a couple easy points to build back their confidence.
Lead extended now to 14, and it looks like this game could get out of hand. Sinks the second, Manny Cuellar does. Trey, in the first game of the season for the Wave, they faced off against Bunnell, one of the best teams in the state of Connecticut, and they lost by 5, and they got into foul trouble in this game. It's interesting to see how different these two games are, as Leon will hit the first.
Yeah, well, your two starting guards have been on the bench now for 4 minutes or so, 5 minutes.
4 or 5 minutes.
And we've seen how it's really hurt Darien, especially had to put some young guards in.
As that ball rims in and out for Leon, but he's able to get his own miss. Are they going to call that on Kiskin?
Yeah, and Brian Kiskin's about to be in a little bit of foul trouble.
That's his 4th.
There's 3, I think at least 3 Darien players with 4 fouls now.
It's a non-possession foul. So Greenwich won't go to the line. So Kiskin has 4. Miles has 4 as Greenwich pushes the ball with 10 seconds left. And Preston has 4. And Steinman loses the handle with 1.4 left. I believe Carson Drake has 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think he has 2.
And that'll end the third quarter, a disastrous third quarter for the Wave. But if you're the Cardinals, you love where this game has gone.
Yes, you do, as foul troubles really plague Darien here. They find themselves in a really tough spot.
If you're Greenwich, you went from a 5-point deficit going into halftime, coming out, starting strong, and they go into the fourth with a 14-point lead. What a shift in momentum.
Let's give a hand to the cheerleaders, please.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Darien utilizes Preston and Drake here in the fourth quarter. I would assume that they don't want to have this game get too much more out of hand, so as they're going to put both Miles Drake and Amir Preston in to start this game.
And Brian Kiskin.
Three players right now on the court have 4 fouls.
Miles Drake and Amir Preston allow Darien's offense to run a little more freely. And I think that's where Darien's offense has sputtered in the third, because they didn't have their playmakers in as Preston blows an open layup.
Speaking of players, Amir Preston almost made a play there that would have sparked Darien bench and the Darien 5 that's on the court.
And Max Steinman, oh, that was a nice move in there. Miles Drake in and out. That one looked good from here, Trey, but...
Yeah, 2 near misses to start the quarter for Darien.
Greenwich moving the ball around. And Greenwich is just got to try to kill some clock here, so it doesn't. So Darien can't really do anything as Preston goes up. And he hits that one and one.
That's the spark Darien needed there. As Preston will go to the line for him. Try and make it a 3-point play.
As we take a look here, that was set up by a Connor Brennan steal. Little kiss off the glass. And in. And that'll cut the lead down.
Crucial 3-point play there for Darien.
And Darien will retain the possession here.
Seemed to be a violation of some sort.
Inbound violation would be my best bet, as Drake just kind of throws that off of Solomon's leg. Brennan will line up for the 3, and it goes in. Connor Brennan.
Connor Brennan's been pretty good in 3-point play as of tonight. We haven't really talked about him, but definitely a name worth mentioning.
Connor Brennan, that's his second 3. He's shooting 100% from the 3-point line tonight.
As 10-point lead is what the deficit has been cut down to.
Connor Brennan gets called for a questionable foul. Look at that. Look at the emotion on Brennan, jumping up and down. That could be Connor Brennan's. That's Connor Brennan's 4th foul. That's now 4 players for Darien.
This game has gotten a little chirpy. Both Greenwich and Darien players kind of nabbing at each other as well. Hard to see, but it's there.
Solomon hits that one, extends the lead back to 11. And Trey, that foul call sucked all the air out of this crowd. The crowd was back into it. Darien had some momentum. As soon as that foul was called, this gym went silent. As Drake gets the rebound there. Leone will try his luck from deep, and he drains it. Lead is down to 8. Steinman on Preston. Corner Gennaro. No good. Solomon gets the board.
Another thing that Darien's been struggling with today is, or in this second half, is their defense. They've left many guys open on the perimeter, and they haven't done as good of a job locking down the paint for rebounds.
That was a good play there. That was a good play there by
Solomon, yeah.
Solomon, oh. His name slipped me for half a second. That was a good play there by Solomon. There was no bodies on him. When Carson Drake tried to challenge him, but to no avail, and Solomon tipped that up.
Yeah, Solomon has been all over the boards today. He is probably leading the court right now in rebounds. And leading this game in rebounds.
I'm going to give a shout out to our production crew. This is a little overdue. Cole Murphy, our director, Dylan DeRizzo, our instant replay coordinator, and our 2 camera operators, James Leone and Will Wilson, doing a great job bringing you all the shots tonight. Once again, this is a DAF media broadcast, which means this is a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. 10-point lead with 6 minutes to go. Greenwich is up. And Trey, 6 minutes of basketball is a lot of time.
Yeah, Darien can get back in this game, as this game's not away from them yet. But some of those shots need to start coming in.
Miles Drake unable to convert there. Solomon gets baseline, no good. Rebound, Connor Brennan.
And it seems like Darien's defensive problem, when they get in the zone, they're gonna have 2 men on the ball, and that's gonna leave somebody open.
Amir Preston, not known for his 3-point shooting, but he's able to hit. Cuts the lead down to 7. Although the clock isn't really Darien's friend, although I just said 6 minutes is a long time, a minute has already passed.
That's a long time, but if Greenwich milks the clock, it'll be over before we know
Steal
it.
by Preston. Preston, pull up. No good.
Darien hasn't been getting many of those shots that need to go in and been getting unlucky in that part.
And the lead is back up to 9 as Solomon puts it in. Solomon might have gotten away with the travel there, to be honest. And a good cut by Brennan. And one for Connor Brennan. Connor Brennan will go to the line.
Connor Brennan with the basket.
Trey, looking at the as we take a look here, a nice cut there, a good feed, and Brennan able to get that one to go. Trey, looking at the roster, Connor Brennan isn't a name that necessarily jumps out at you, but he's one of those diamonds in the roughs.
Yeah, he's gonna get what he needs to get done, and he's in not as flashy of a way as maybe Amir Preston or Miles Drake Hill, but he'll get the shots he needs to get in.
He misses that one. Gennaro inside, and he'll get the friendly roll.
Interesting to see Greenwich pushing the pace there with a commanding lead over Darien.
And a late foul call there. Questionable. That's Max Steinman. We take a look. Questionable call. Preston short on the first. If you're Darien, you need all of those to fall.
On the floor for Darien.
Bloomer and Picorni check in. That one drops, 8-point lead. Greenwich breaks the press. Greenwich moving that ball around, milking the clock. Inside, no good. Preston's gonna push it. And the friendly little roll there.
Great play there by Amir Preston to drive and get to the basket. As Finn Picorni is gonna do his one-man press and a kick ball violation.
Finn Picorni doing his best one-man show effort. So we take a look at the Amir Preston bucket. Fights through the contact, gets the finish.
3:37 left here in this quarter. Darien's gonna need to break this lead down a little bit more.
Two stops and 2 scores, Trey. Muir passed up an open jumper to milk the clock. And another questionable foul call as Darien was asking for the travel.
Carson Drake picks up his fourth.
Carson Drake picks up his fourth.
How many is that now? 5?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically almost the entire starting lineup. The only outlier is Kiskin, who has 4 and limited playing time, as the lead is back up to 7. It'll be interesting to see what Darien does here. Do they push and go for 2, or do they try to go for 3?
Well, it depends who you have on the court right now. They have Amir Preston out on the court, and Miles Drake, which both very much capable three-point shooters, along with Jackson Leone. So if they get an open look there, they'll have to take that. But if you can get Carson Drake out in the paint and use his size to get an easy bucket, that would That wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Big Daddy Snacks, as he's called by his Wave teammates. Leon will hit the first. 6-point game. 3 minutes to go. Leon hits the second. 5-point game. 3 and change to go. Foul on Picorni, and that'll send Barber to the line.
That is not something you want right now. Is any fouls, doesn't matter the player.
Double bonus.
We have now reached double bonus. That's crazy. We've had a lot of fouls this game.
So Barber will go to the line to try and extend the lead. Sinks the first. 6-point gain, 3 and change.
No, essentially Darien has their starting lineup.
Yes, they have their starting lineup in. Barber will extend the lead to 7. Darien will call the timeout here. And Trey, you're working with 3 and change. You're down 7. Do you get one of your better guys open? Or do you give it to one of your low post players and let them work?
I'm thinking you set up either get Drake or Amir Preston out on the wing, and have an off-ball pick to whoever's defending them, get an easy 3, hopefully.
It'll be interesting to see what Darien draws up out of this timeout. As for Greenwich, they're just trying to hold on to this lead. Darien's been getting a bit close, and then Greenwich just pulled away, coming close, pulling away.
Good defense right now is vital for Greenwich, as they do not want to get Darien anywhere close to tying up this game or taking the lead.
You get a good look of part of the Darien crowd. Student section out to support the Wave. (68-61) here, 4th quarter, and let's see what Darien has drawn out of this timeout. For those of you just joining us, my name's Ted Brennan. Alongside me, my color commentator Trey Cahill. This is Varsity Boys Basketball on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Darien's going to walk this ball up. Looks like they're going to try to get into an offensive set.
And AJ Barber's met Miles Drake at the line.
Miles Drake inside, and a charge.
Offensive foul, Miles Drake.
That is Miles' 5th. And Miles is done. And that hurts the Wave. Or is Miles done?
I wonder what's going on right now.
I might not know what his foul total is. I mean, we believe it's 5.
Yes, it is 5. I just don't think they know that.
Well, Drake is going to play with 5. And another stoppage in play. And it's official. Miles Drake is fouled out. And that hurts the Wave significantly as they're putting in John Fiorita.
Good movement here by Greenwich. They don't want Darien to have a chance of fouling them, even though I don't think they
Narrow
will.
gets in the lane untouched. 9-point lead. Preston. Jumper is good. 3-point jumper is good, excuse me.
Amir Preston's one of those, the very few who is great at adjusting in the air.
A mid-air contortionist. 2 minutes to go. Greenwich up by 6. No shot clock in the state of Connecticut. Kickball there. So effectively, if Greenwich can hold on to the ball, they can just move this ball around and waste the clock.
Not in total agreement with that. I think basketball needs a shot clock.
Inside to Pill, and that one is good.
Darien needs to start having, or start looking for 3 opportunities because this game is slipping away from them fast.
Matt Pill has had an under-the-radar game. We kind of talked about him a little in the first as we get a good look here. Just kind of goes under Drake and gets up. We talked about him a little bit in the first. He had a pretty good first. Other than that, he hasn't really scored a ton, but he's been effective defensively, and he's gotten some rebounds.
Yeah, and Greenwich as a whole, we've been saying foul trouble this, foul trouble that, Darien's in foul trouble. We need to give credit to Greenwich, who in the second half, they have been the better team. They have been handed a bunch of free throws and free shots, but Greenwich has been the better team in this second half.
It's an interesting matchup. Matt Pill, and if Connor Brennan goes against him, which it doesn't look like. It looks like Muir will go against Brennan. But I'd like to see that matchup. Brennan versus Pill. Two guys under the radar.
I'm giving it to Amir Preston because he's probably the best shooter on the court right now.
It's the hot hand. And what do? You feed the hot hand as Leon cuts it to 6.
Leon also making a case for being the hot hand. He's had some great shots tonight.
We take a look here. Good screen there by Preston. Leon splits the defense, flicks that one in.
Cheerleaders, what do you got?
Darien down 6 here with about a minute, some change. They gotta get a defensive stop without fouling.
Yeah, if they get a defensive stop in here, they're still in this game. It's gotta be a quick one too.
Everyone on this Greenwich team can hit their free throws.
Yes, Greenwich is a very fundamentally sound team, and if they get the opportunity to make for some free points, they will capitalize on them.
Darien. It'll be interesting to see if Darien fouls or if Darien tries to go for the steal.
If I'm Darien, I'm trying to steal. I mean, most of their players on the court are in foul trouble. Amir Preston's in foul trouble. And Connor Brennan's also in foul trouble. So is Carson Drake. And Finn Picorni is nearing foul trouble.
I believe he has 2 or 3. Greenwich trying to get the ball in. Finn Picorni almost got the steal.
But that's what Darien needs right now. Some good defense off the inbound.
There definitely could have been a foul there after Piccone stole the ball, but to no avail. And a timeout is called. Darien forced the timeout to be called, but Trey, in all honesty, it definitely looked like the 5 seconds were called.
Yeah, you can see the ref was about to call it, but Greenwich got in there. Was able to call timeout.
So Darien has rattled Greenwich a little bit here. Will it be too little too late, or will it be just enough to get this game tied?
I think it could be just enough. They need to start something fast, and when they have the ball, they need to be thinking fast-paced offense.
A defensive miscue there. And Greenwich will try and waste as much of his clock as possible.
Already had the ball for too long.
And I think that's Brennan's 5th.
That's the second,
That's the second
Blue Wave foul out.
On the line, shooting 2, Max Steinman.
Max Steinman, the co-captain for the Cardinals, at the line. This is definitely not a guy you want to send to the line late in the game, because he will make you pay.
Yes, indeed, as Darien is on their last life, it seems.
And he misses the first, and that's a big missed free throw.
Yeah, if Darien can keep this a 2-possession game, essentially, that'd be key for them.
Let's see if Steinman hits the second 3-possession game with 1:07. Darien looking to push.
We need a quick bucket here.
That needed to fall. Carson Drake inside. That one's no good.
Now
but he gets
Carson
the
needs
foul.
to make both of these.
That one was close. That one was close to falling. And that would have been big. Because it effectively would have made it a 5-point game, I believe. And Carson Drake hits the first.
6-point game.
6-point game here. It's back to 2 possession. And Drake hits the second 5-point game.
Crucial 2 points there for Carson Drake.
And a defensive miscue there.
And Darien's been riddled with those.
Wow!
Darien is fed up with this officiating today.
Wow!
We couldn't see it from here, but it looked like he was still in.
Piccone had the ball, and they called him out. What a crucial call that was. That effectively could end the game. Inside.
And I think it will.
I think that might do it. It's a foul there. That's called on Gennaro.
Jackson Leon's going to go to the line.
Take a look here. Just kind of runs into him. Nothing too crazy.
Jackson Leon on the line, shooting 2.
Wave is down by 7. If Leon hits the first, Trey, do you try to go off rim and try to kick it out to a shooter?
Yeah, I think that would be the call right now.
looks like Leon will hit that one. 37 seconds left, 5-point game. So if you're Darien and you don't get the steal, you got to foul right away.
Yeah, I would say you have to foul right away as they go.
Fiorita touched him. Trey, I don't know if you remember the play from a couple years ago, the playoffs. Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams, when they were on the Thunder, they were going against the Rockets. It was maybe a 5-point game. And Adams clanked it off the rim, tossed it back to Westbrook, and Westbrook hit the three. I was thinking Darien would maybe try something like that.
Yeah, that would be. I don't think they're at that desperation mode. I think. Well, now they are, but.
Down 6 and possibly 7 here.
I think right now all you want is points.
Down 7. 30 seconds to go. Preston, pull up. That's got to go. And it doesn't. 21 seconds to go. Barber's going to go to the line for 2. But I think that just about does it.
I do too. Especially with such a dynamic player and great shooter in Barber. He should be able to easily hit these 2, and that'll send Darien home.
And that one misses. Darien, the heart is barely beating. Down 8. And a foul is called there. We take a look here. And the first Greenwich Cardinal to pick up his 4th. So Jackson Leon will shoot 3. That's 1. That's 2.
And this was a game of momentum. It seemed like in the first half, Darien had the momentum. They were really quick off the start, and then in the second half they ran into some foul trouble, but Greenwich just played better basketball.
Leon hits the 3rd, down 5. Fiorita tried the foul, no call, and then Leon will foul. That might be, that's his 3rd, not his 4th, as I was about to say. But Barber's at the line.
Still a 5-point game here. It was a close game. It seemed like it pulled away at the end of the game, but overall it was a close game throughout.
Trey, nothing is impossible.
You're certainly right.
This is as close as it gets to impossible for the Wave. If you're the Wave, you just got to run, shoot it, and then foul. This to keep the Darien. No. And that late foul there, or a travel call. But I think that just about does it for the Wave, as they will fall to 0-5. A really tough start for them.
Yeah, a young team, it's tough, especially playing against sometimes teams that their whole starting lineup is only seniors. And this will definitely be a learning year for the Blue Wave as they really develop their players for the next 2 years of hopefully good basketball at Darien.
And that'll do it. The Greenwich Cardinals come into Darien and stun them 79-73. Greenwich will pick up their second win, while Darien will fall to 0-5. Darien, their first couple of games have been very tough. They haven't faced a team with more than 2 losses. 2 losses. And Greenwich comes in and stuns them.
And Darien had a chance to basically throughout this game up until the final minute or so. And just foul trouble. I think if a couple of those players were not in foul trouble, Miles Drake and Amir Preston essentially did not play the entire, any of the third quarter. And that's what really hurt Darien.
Trey, you summed it up. It was a tale of 2 halves. Darien had most of the momentum in the first. They lost the momentum in the second. Key players for Darien got hit with a ton of fouls, a ton of questionable calls. And the Greenwich key players, give a lot of credit to them. They got rolling. Gennaro, Barber, and Solomon. That big 3 there, they got rolling, and they took the momentum, and they pushed this Greenwich team to victory, a 6-point victory.
That's true. Greenwich was helped by the foul trouble, but they definitely played better, and all credit goes to them here in this game.
So that'll do it here on the DAF Media Network. Thank you all for listening. I'm going to give one more shout out to my production crew, James Leone and Will Olson on cameras. Instant replay was Dylan DeRizzo, Cole Murphy, our director, Damian Andrew overseeing this entire operation. Trey, it was a pleasure calling the game with you tonight. I'm Ted Brennan signing off. We'll see you all next time.